To start things out, I'd like to introduce you to three of my most influential people and the most caring people in my life, my family. You see, my family is the moral, spiritual, and emotional support of my life, and I can't thank them enough. In fact, they were the ones that gave me the morals based on their own experiences of how to live life and what I should do as a person, as a Christian, and even as an older brother too. That's my younger brother below. Um, they supported me through the toughest times of my life, which was elementary school, middle school, and high school. And without them, I was pretty much suicidal. But with their help and with enough prayers and with enough support that could not be expressed in gratitude, my family was always there for me. And a lot of the morals that my mom taught me, and my dad actually, were actually still stuck with me today. And I'm thankful for my parents too for this reason. Although they're both math majors and they're really successful and in what they do, they did not push me to do it. And that's something I'm really thankful for. It allows me to be myself. So the next event I'd like to talk to you about is about my headscar. And this event was actually one of my most favorite ones, or the most memorable ones. So I was 4 years old, and I had a younger brother. His name is Lawrence. No, I have a younger brother. His name is Lawrence, and I was super nostalgic back then. So um, it was the first time my brother was taking a bath, and what happened was that we had a set of stairs. Now, let me tell you something very funny about these stairs, because you see how curved they are. Um, so what you don't see is at the top, it had a really, really sharp edge, and I essentially wasn't careful, and I smashed myself into it essentially. And what happened was that I realized how much God was willing to love me because I could have died from running a little harder, but I did not anyway. I did not. So it reminded me how much God loved me and how much He's willing to go to let me survive and experience the rest of life as He wants me to. Um, Essentially developed a lot of meaning for my life because it helped me to become a better person in Him. Next moment I'd like to talk to you about is my communion. You see, being born in a Catholic family, it was highly suggested that I was being baptized. So I was baptized again in June 2005. I was about 8 years old back then. And I gotta say, I got to know a pretty cool friend named Jesus. Now I know it's a pretty Sunday school answer, but it's really amazing how I got to know him because this baptism will play a really, really big role later when I come through my most really troubling times of my life. That moment was elementary school. You see, elementary school was really tough, and I don't want to really talk about it, but since it's a project and there's some things that changed my life, I might as well just go for it. You see, in elementary school, I grew up with no friends. I had no real person to call a friend out that much. And because of that, I had a huge moral jump. You see, I went to Victoria in Yuchong, and that picture over there was my time in Yuchong. I was in the boys' brigades, hoping for a friend. But then, no. I was mistreated quite badly, even from the teachers who were supposed to be my moral guides. And so, it developed into one of my most important morals. And that is, I should go up to everyone and say hi. Everyone is important, and I should not reject it. because they are my friend and they are a person. But through it all, I still tried. I tried hard in school. I essentially studied quite a bit, and I was essentially the nerd of the group. And I got mistreated and I got bullied for it. But after all that, and when I went into my next school, and after I started entering my new school, I found a little purpose in my life where I thought I wouldn't find one. So that leads to ICS. ICS was one of the best moments of my life. Um, it changed me and made me a lot of who I am today. You see, at ICS, I made a lot of great friends, and I have met so many nice people compared to my other two schools, Victoria English Primary School and New Chong. Both of them sucked, but with ICS, they changed a lot of my morals and allowed me to be who I am today, especially with the teachers who wanted to teach and wanted to help me. So the next moment I'd like to talk to you about is Quixote. Now, Quixote was my first high school play, and I was really proud of it. But let me tell you about a life changer that I had. So, Quixote was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. Um, I was playing double roles as Pepe and Private Rodriguez. It was really fun, and after the first night, I had an after stage hype, which basically stated that I was almost essentially like as if I was on drugs. But I had a dream because I was falling asleep, and I was like, I better get up the next morning. And I dreamed that I was doing all this stuff, and there was a presence beside me. I look around, and it was a person. I didn't know what to do, so I just acted normally, as if I was on stage, and nothing happened. But the first moment that I got off stage with him, I asked, "Who are you, and why are you here?" He quoted this: "I am not going anywhere. In fact, I've been beside you the whole time." It took me a couple minutes to realize that I was arguing with God. And he allowed me to grow stronger in him just through this play alone. And he said that he's been beside me even when I was in elementary school. I just didn't recognize him. So after that, I performed the play again. And I felt that chilling presence beside me, but it didn't feel so much more chilling. It actually felt really reassuring. Final thing I'd like to talk to you about is my first independent film. You see, God put this on my heart, and He wanted me to do this as like a warm up to my next year course, which is independent filmmaking. And during filming, I was finding I was more of a transcendentalist filmmaker. Now I know it's really weird because um, I'm a Christian guy doing a transcendentalist style on the film, which basically is that I allow my actors, if they mess up, to take as many retakes as they want without even having camera problems. And I mostly used reasoning to talk out the next script or the next shot. Um, but it developed a lot of morals in me as a leader because um, what happened was that as a leader, I'm not really good. I'm more of a I'm more of a follower than a leader because of just my personality. And what happened was that I um, developed even more stronger as a filmmaker and a producer, director, and actor because this film was actually not that easy because casting was a problem. I was filming during the worst possible moment and it was just a hectic time. But with God's grace and God's help, um, I developed a lot of my leadership morals, and it helped me to become a better person than I am today. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed these things that made